Hello everyone. In this episode I'm going to be talking about the Operator 1911 from Springfield Armory. This is going to be my 1-year review. Let's go over the specs. This is a full-size 5-inch 1911 and 45 ACP. It has a stainless steel barrel, 1/16 twist rate. It has the factory GI recoil system. It does have a front night sight, but these rear sights are just regular 2-dot white sights. It does have front and rear slide serrations. It does have an accessory rail. The safeties are ambidextrous. It comes with these nice G10 grips. It does have an adjustable screw in here to adjust the reset. It comes with 2 MECGAR 8-round magazines that are carbon steel. This is a pretty nice piece. The MSRP is $1,184 and it weighs in at 42 ounces. Let's talk about the pros of the Operator 1911. This is marketed as a duty grade 1911, and I would say that that would meet the criteria of the features that you get. This is everything that I would want, except I would want maybe a different rear sight here. I can get by with this, but I would prefer either the adjustable height, all blacked out rear, or the U-notch instead of the 2-dot white sights, or matching night sights. I think especially for the price, you could have got all matching night sights, but I digress. I do like that it has the front and rear slide serrations. I have small hands, so manipulating the controls, I like to have different options. So I like to use the front here for racking the slide and for press checks. I also like when the magazine or when the slide is locked in the rear position, I like to use the rear slide serrations. I like to use the slide lever release, and I also like to use the front here because you can see the round go into the chamber. So I like all the different options of the controls that are user friendly with this. So that's why I like that it's marketed as a quote-unquote duty, because it does have all those different features. It has the adjustable screw here in the trigger, so if you want to mess with the reset, it does have a pretty, I would say, large amount of adjustability. I have messed with it, and you can make the reset really short, but naturally the reset on a 1911 is pretty good. But since this is over $1,000, you expect it to be pretty nice. So only probably I would say about 4-pound trigger, short reset, and you can make the reset even shorter by adjusting the little screw in there. So this is everything that you want in a 1911, and it has the extra heft with the accessory rail. This one weighs in at 42 ounces. And the other ones that I have, I think, are only 40 ounces or 39 ounces. So I noticed that this one has a little bit of an extra weight. And if you put a full-length guide rod in here, you could probably get a little bit more weight out of it. But I do prefer this factory style one because it's easier to take down and it's easier to clean and maintain. I do like the grip on this. I do like the way that the slide is cut, because the way that I hold my hand and my grip on a 1911 is like this. I hold my thumb up a little higher rather than straight because of the Browning action and the recoil of the 45 caliber cartridge. I do have small hands. I wear size small gloves. So shooting a full-size 5-inch 1911, I wouldn't say is challenging, but it's not as easy as others. And I like the fact that this has a little bit extra weight because it helps mitigate the recoil. And I actually would prefer if it was even heavier. The Shadow 2 that I have is 46 ounces. So I think if they could add a 1/4 pound to this, I wouldn't complain at all. A few things to nitpick about the Operator 1911. For $1,200, I think that the rear sight, you could get a matching night sight or a blacked out adjustable rear sight. If they want to market this as a duty use gun, I think it needs those features added. It has pretty much everything else that you want. It has the accessory rail, it has the front and rear slide serrations, it has the ambi safeties. Even though there's only a single slide lever release, it's not ever fully ambi, and the magazine release is only on this side. So This is as close to, I guess, duty as you can get for a 1911, albeit there is other options out there that has those features where it has the slide lever release and the magazine release on both sides. I don't think those come in 45. Those are probably a 9 and not 1911s. But as far as duty use for a 1911, I would say that this is pretty nice. I wish that it had the bull barrel instead of the regular stainless steel barrel. My Emissary 1911 has the bull barrel. I want a little bit extra more weight here in the front. I like that this is a little bit heavier at 42 ounces, but if they made it a little bit heavier at like 44, 45, 46 ounces, I'd like that also. I think that this is good value for the money. These are just hard to come by. As soon as they have some available, they seem to go real fast. So I bought this brand new out of the box, and it's pretty nice. It's not my favorite, but as far as 1911s go, for $1,000, this has all the bells and whistles that you want, and I think that it's going to be reliable for time to come. Here's my target for my range session with the Operator 1911. I had the target at 30 feet using brass cased 230 grain brand new ammo. I can do fairly well with this 1911. I think that the Emissary 1911 I shoot maybe just a little bit better, but this has a really sweet trigger on it, and for the price, I don't think that there's much better that you can do in the market for $1,000. It has all the bells and whistles that you could want. Maybe a different rear sight, that's the only complaint. But as far as the trigger being adjustable and already pretty good at probably around 4 pounds, this is a nice 1911 and it's pretty accurate. Today I was only at 30 feet, but sometimes I shoot 40, 45 feet. I'm working on my height adjustment at different distances with the 1911. So today I only had the target at 30 feet. So I think that mixing up the distances has helped. I usually would stay at one distance and then move to another distance and then stay at that. But now I'm switching it up, and I think that it's bearing a little bit fruit because I think I got a little bit stagnant in my training. So I mixed it up, and now each week I do something a little bit different at different distances. If you like 1911s, I think that this is a good one to buy because it has most of the bells and whistles that you're going to want, and it doesn't break the bank. It is hard to probably get one, but when they become available, I'd snatch one up if you like 1911s.